give your heart and soul. Run lads, shoot lads, give us all a go. Run lads, shoot lads, you can do it yet. Come on Newport County, oh, bang it in the net.
Everybody and welcome to Taff's Word. This is titled The Run-In. 5 games left, 1 point clear in a playoff position, and like I say, 5 games to try and protect that. 5 games which are all winnable, of course. You know, I mean, the way we played this season, every game is winnable. It's just a shame that we fail to do that, you know, as often as we have done in the latter part of the season. And what I mean, rephrase that. Shame we like where we were winning more in the first half of the season. We haven't been able to replicate that in the second half of the season quite as often, although we have played some good football throughout the season. Right, so I think the best way is to basically go at the beginning. And I know I'm putting emphasis on this group on Facebook quite a lot. It's been known as County Chat. It's now Newport County Fans Group Page Chat or whatever it's called now. I don't like it as that. I always known it as County Chat, prefer it as County Chat, but it is what it is. So according to the congregation on there, every one of our players is crap. I think pretty much everybody's been mentioned at least once this season as being crap. Our manager's crap. The football that we play is crap. Our recruitment is crap. Our board of directors are crap. So everything about the club is crap according to the congregation on County Chat. Yet, where we were expecting a relegation battle at the beginning of the season, where everybody said because Lenny Lawrence is gone, Flynn's going to be exposed, Flynn's fucked and all that sort of stuff. We were expecting a relegation battle. We find ourselves in a playoff place with 5 games left, which for me would pretty much signal our best season in League 2 so far. Because as far as I can remember, we weren't in a playoff place with 5 games left at the time we actually made the playoffs. We were close and we went on a really good run and we pinched it on the last game of the season from Exeter. Exeter being the team that's chasing us again this time. So we're a point, but the thing is there's a lot of teams there. Exeter and Leyton Orient are only a point behind us, but we got a game in hand over Leyton Orient, so Exeter is the big one that's chasing us, although there are 6 teams in the chasing pack that are only 4 points away, so a couple of losses gives plenty of opportunity for all of them to get into one of those slots. We have got teams around us, above us, who we could catch, and you know, if we can catch some of them and make them the team that people are chasing, then that could be a way to look at it as well. But we're 3 points behind Forest Green now, 3 or 4. I think it might be 4 now. I think we're on 61. No, we're on 62. Sorry. So we're on 62. They're on 65, and you got Tranmere on 66. We have a game in hand over Tranmere, so we could go 1 point away from them and potentially jump above them. So they're the ones that could fall out if the teams behind catch up. Top 3 is very unlikely, as we know. Very, very unlikely. I think we're 8 points away from it. But if we'd have won yesterday, we'd have been... I think we'd have been 6 points away. No, if we'd have won yesterday, we'd have been 5 points away with a game in hand from Bolton, who lost yesterday. It's typical, you know, the times we don't win are the times when the results really go our way. It's bloody nuts. So, yeah. So the dip in form. So where's the dip in form come from? Now, I put a lot of emphasis on the fact that we'd lost Twine and Cooper. But funny enough, the dip in form started before they left. But that's a natural occurrence in any football team. Every football team has a spell of poor form at some point during a season. That could have just been ours with Cooper and Twine in our squad. And I think we had players who were playing well who aren't with the club now as well. So you know, things changed an awful lot through January. We really sort of, you know, let a few things slip. I think our recruitment in January is where we may have fallen down. Where on paper it looked great. I think Farquharson is, or Farquharson. I keep getting Charlie syndrome where I keep pronouncing his player names the wrong way. Like he does. But Farquharson is possibly the one good bit of recruitment that we did. Although Gambin was a good steal, I think, from Colchester. Although he haven't been playing for the life of me, I don't know why. But then other than that, we haven't really brought in overly much quality. Hartigan hasn't really been used. Evans hasn't really been used. I think we've only seen him make one appearance. Who else? Who did we get? Telford hasn't done it for us. Maynard hasn't done it for us either. So to be honest with you, there's not an awful lot that we can really shout about with regards to recruitment. The one I'm going to save the best to last is the permanent signing of Aaron Lewis, who I think has been a breath of fresh air since he's come into the club. Good thing about him, he can play down either flank, and he has put up a big fight for a first team spot, and he's got himself that first team spot on merit, and it's been great. So we have done well in some regards, but some of the players that we brought in just haven't been good enough. But like I said, every single one of those players who've been playing for us this season, who got us into 7th place right now, are all crap apparently, according to County Chat. Every single one of them. Dimitriou is crap. Labardi's a liability. Sheehan's crap. Joe Ledley's crap. Well, there's another bit of, wasn't really January recruitment, but Joe Ledley we brought in, but we haven't seen enough of him yet for him to make much of an impact. There's 5 games left. There's still time, plus a potential playoff campaign as well. Apparently Shepherd's crap now because he can't cross a ball, but Shepherd with his ability to get forward with the ball, if he could cross a ball on a sixpence as well, he'd be playing Premier League right now, to be fair. Townsend's crap apparently, and Tom King, even though we got the best combination of 2 goalkeepers in League 2, they're both still crap apparently. Townsend's a crap goalkeeper because of one mistake, but I don't think it's a mistake on his part. I think he sees the ball late, couldn't get to it in time. To be honest with you, the ball's practically over the line before he even could get his hands anywhere near it. So I'm not going to blame Townsend overly much for that goal. But I think he's been phenomenal for us this season. I think when Tom King has come in, he's been good for us. Probably didn't deserve to get dropped when he did. But to be honest with you, yeah, Townsend has kept his spot on merit. What I don't like is that there's a few people that have suggested that we do in fact have a top 3 budget, which is complete and bollocks, to be honest with you. We got a bottom half budget at best, which is only slightly inflated because of cup runs. Our budget may have increased this season because we had our Carabao Cup run, FA Cup, and obviously got a little bit of TV money as well. So yeah, we'll be throwing a little bit of money at it to make sure we can get promoted. And yeah, automatic promotion is probably off the cards, which is disappointing considering where we were at the beginning of the season. But a lot of our play going forward was revolved around Twine, and with Abraham's firing on all cylinders, he completely fell off the boil. I don't think it was the right call to let him go out on loan. I think he could have done a job for us in the second half of the season, but Flynn saw fit to see him off. I'd rather have Abrahams at the club than Ryan Taylor. Nothing against Ryan Taylor, personally, or anything like that. He's probably a really nice guy. But I've not seen anything that he's really offered this football club since he's been here. Not a thing. Yeah, he can bring the ball down quite well sometimes. That's if he doesn't miscontrol it. He can win a few balls in the air. That's if he positions himself correctly and if he jumps at the right time and actually wins for strength in the air, which he doesn't tend to do often enough for me. If he scored goals from time to time, which I think he was really unlucky with his crack against Port Vale, but other than that, he hasn't threatened an opposition's goal in any of the games that he's played in. There's one thing for a striker to be part of the build-up play, but strikers get goals or, at the worst, assists. He does none of them. To be honest with you, not many of our strikers have done that. A lot of the focus of recruitment went into midfield and defence. When we recruited strikers, on paper we got 2 good strikers, but unfortunately they seem to be burnouts. It's an unfortunate thing, but I'm not going to hold it against anyone too much, because at the end of the day, we're Newport County for one, and we're in League 2. We haven't got millions to spend like the Premier League clubs. We haven't got, a big budget like some of the more richer clubs in our division. It's just not the case. But the thing is, I think we're playing an excellent brand of football now, which in comparison to last season is much more improved. I think Flynn found the mix. Where I've mentioned before that the season we made it to the playoff final, we played a great attacking game, but we were a little bit too exposed at the back. Flynn obviously recognised that, and last season focused more on the defence, but to the detriment of the attack. This season, I think he's found the right mix, but it was based around having certain players playing for us and playing in certain ways. Some players, it's a long season at the end of the day. We had two cup runs. Some of them are just burned out a little bit, maybe. You know, some of them fallen off the ball because they're just burned out. Tristan Abrahams was awesome at the beginning. Where's he gone now? You know, some players, they can't handle a full season. Maybe we don't know. We don't know what goes on in training. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know what thought goes into Flynn's team selections. So to have such strong and pretty outrageous opinions on Flynn's team selection, to say that Gambin being left out is personal, like, well, if you're a fly on the wall in the dressing room and you see something, then yeah, you got something to base that on. But to say that he's got a personal thing against certain players, well, from where I'm sitting, it's one of the, you know, a lot of these players say it's the most positive dressing room they've ever been in. So where's Flynn got a personal problem with any of those players? You know, I mean, at the end of the day, he's picking the team that he thinks will win the game. There are a lot of games we're playing good football in, and we're not winning the game. I think we've lost 2 games at home recently where I think we were the better team, and we just lost the game. Leyton Orient being 1, Cambridge yesterday. I think away we've played teams when we've been the better team, and we've lost. Port Vale for 1. I thought we ended up turning the game round really well against Tranmere, and we were unlucky not to get anything from it. There's a lot of games that we've drawn that we should have won, like Crawley. You know, that was a freak goal to give away. You know, and other than that, they didn't actually have much of an attempt at goal. So we've dropped points a lot this season. From winning positions, we've crumbled a bit. I don't know what the reason is for that, why our performance levels drop, whether we think that we can hold on to the lead or something, and we just simply don't. But at the end of the day, going back to what we said at the beginning of the video, we would expect it to be in a relegation fight. Our budget basically says bottom half. So if you're in a bottom half, you're likely to be in a relegation fight. That's what we were expecting. That's what people were hoping we could at least avoid, so we didn't have a stressful season. As it turned around, for the first half of the season, we were clearly the best team in the division. We lost 2 great players, and it altered our game plan massively. Cooper was a big part of our pushing forward from defence. Twine was a big part in our goal scoring and setting up. He was good with the ball at his feet, moving forward, and him and Joshian complemented each other really well. If you notice, we missed that, and Gambin just isn't Scott Twine, unfortunately, although that's pretty much, we've signed Gambin to replace Scott Twine. Maybe Flynn doesn't think he's quite up to it. We don't know. But at the end of the day, we've been spoilt this season. We've had 2 cup runs and we're in a playoff place, and yet people are calling for Flynn's head. People are moaning, people are calling players crap and getting pretty personal about them. And, you know, fans are having a go at each other because of it. And at the end of the day, you're either a supporter of this football club or not. I mean, yeah, it's emotional. It gets to you. It gets to me. I scream at that freaking TV when we're playing and we've played bad. But at the end of the day, we got to wake up and realise exactly who we are, where we are, and realise we're not Premier League, we're not Man United or Man City or Liverpool where we're expecting to win every game. You know, we're going into a game hoping we're going to win, but if we don't, you know, that's League 2 for you. You know, we just got to hope we win enough games to be in a strong position. No one aspired promotion this season, but we were put into a promotion chase. We're still in that. We could well finish in the playoffs. It's in our hands. The 5 games we've got left now. So, as I said, the run-in. I haven't really spoken about the run-in overly much. I've spoken an awful lot for 14 and a half minutes about how we've got there. But the run-in now is Crawley home on the 20th, which we should win. Crawley are good at home, not so good away. We should win that game. Exeter away is the big 6-pointer. It's a massive, massive game. And to be honest with you, I'd be happy to get a draw out of that one. Although if we won that, that would cement our playoff place then, I think. And then we got 3 more games. Scunthorpe at home should be a win without any real problems at all. Cheltenham at home is going to be a similar type of game to obviously what we had yesterday against Cambridge, where if we turn up in the same way, I don't think we're going to be as unlucky again. So, you know, I think we're going to get at least a draw or a win out of that one. And then Southend away. Southend seem to turn the corner. So if a point is all we need to secure that playoff place on that day, I'd be happy with the point. So if we can win our home games and get points on in the away games, we'll be there, and we'll be there comfortably, and we'll look forward to another playoff campaign. So end of the day, it's football. We never know what's going to happen. It's a strange, strange season. It's a God-forsaken season because it's been crap because we haven't been able to go to any of the games. I'll be glad when it's over. If we're in League One, when it is, awesome. If we're not, at least we've got the foundation. We've got the right brand of football. We've got the right kind of players there. We got good youngsters coming through, like Lewis Collins, for example, and we got some exciting ones like Twamley as well to potentially look forward to seeing if he's going to be involved next season. So we got Liam Shepherd, we got Aaron Lewis. You know, if we offer in the right contracts in the right places, of course. Josh Sheehan, I think we got to accept that he may move on. We want to keep the likes of Labardi. Hammond we got for next season. I think Taylor won't be here. There's quite a lot in the attacking side part of it that I don't think will be here. We got Telford for next season. Hopefully next season having a pre-season with us might help him, and we'll see better with him next year. But you know, there's plenty of room for improvement up front. Definitely, it was a shame we had to lose Jammer, because I think if we'd have had Jammer, we would have won League 2 by now, personally. But hey, there we go. All ifs and buts in it. But there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you agree or disagree, whatever. You know, I'd like to hear your points of view. So feel free to drop a comment at the bottom. Make sure you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. That'd be great. And I'll see you next time. Cheerio for now, and as always, up the county.